So about a week ago, I was talking to my friend who said, "Oh, I'm the best at writing emails. I can do email marketing better than anyone in the world." And I said, "Well, why don't you come and prove it live? It's easy for anyone to make a YouTube video or anyone to kind of talk some smack and stay in their high castle. But it's hard to come on the streets and prove it. So that's what we're going to do today. So we've brought on two really amazing people. I love these people. They're some of my closest friends and people I'm super bullish on and super down for. And so what we're going to do today is in 1 hour, we're going to make some sales for an e-commerce store. So what I'd like to know before we get going is in the comments, if you have an e-commerce store, I would love to see what your e-commerce store is. So leave a comment. And if you don't have an e-commerce store, maybe say, what kind of e-commerce store would you start? And I'd love to see that right in the comments. You guys should post that. All right. And I will drop a link to the doc that we're going to be working off of everything. So it's going to be on okdork.com/ecommerce-doc. And we're just about to get started. So it's okdork.com/ecommerce-doc. And you could see literally everything that we're working off of live. So if you have an e-commerce store, post your URL. If you want to start an e-commerce store, post the kind of product that you would be selling. By the way, if you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, I love every single one of you. Make sure you hit that beautiful red button. Next up, quick plug for sendfox.com/Noah. If you guys are looking for ways to do your marketing in your business or get your business started, sendfox.com/Noah is my free marketing newsletter. I encourage you guys to check that out. And then this episode specifically is sponsored by hauldrop.com, HAUL drop.com. It's a site that we've built to promote. It's free, and it's a site that we promote dope products. So if you make a dope product and you want free promotion or free customers, go on hauldrop.com and drop your product. Or if you're just looking to find new products and get inspired, go to hauldrop.com. So if you guys are ready for the show to start, hit that thumbs up button. I want to see the thumbs up button go crazy. If you guys want to see sales in 1 hour, and that is what we're going to do today. So I would love some people to go and hit that thumbs up button. And it's amazing to see all the people starting stores. So Alexi's starting a print shop. Hubert is saying looking svelte. People here are about to start starting their e-commerce stores for supplements and a lot of different businesses. And so let me introduce the two people. And if you're not in the doc, by the way, it's okdork.com/ecommerce-doc, like Dr. Dre. So the two people coming up that we're going to be talking about, first off is Catherine. Catherine is from bestself.co. I'm going to bring her on camera. You should be able to see everyone now. And Catherine is, I have it in my phone. She's the Irish firecracker. We met at a dinner years ago, and we just had a really strong chemistry. And it's been amazing to watch her business journey. And she's someone, I just love that she just like kicks fucking ass. Like when people say people are kicking ass, it's her. She has a product called The Self Journal. Her site is bestself.co. And she's built a multi-million-dollar business with a solid team. There's Aaron, James, really great people. And so check out their self-journals. This is actually what we're going to try to sell in 1 hour today. And then next up, we have Neville. He's kind of, I guess people call him the brown lesser version of me, is what a lot of people like actually describing Neville as. But Neville is one of my most inspiring friends. He's one of the most creative people I know. He's always curious.
Is this distracting you? Keep going.
That's not. I'll go through anything. I can't do it. Stop it. Stop. No, keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop. Neville is one of my favorite online people. He's one of my favorite offline people. He's also one of the best writers I know at copywritingcourse.com. That's with 2 Ks because he couldn't afford the real one. It's KOPY writing, copywriting course with 2 Ks. If you're looking to improve your writing, if you send emails, if you're in sales, I would highly recommend checking out copywritingcourse.com. And if you are ready to get it on, we're going to get going right now on making sales live in 1 hour. So we have this self-journal. So hi, Neville. Hi, Catherine.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going great. I love seeing you guys. And we have this audience. Everyone's stoked.
So do you mind if I push us along? Because I got to write this crap.
Go.
Yeah. All right. So this is a little nerve-wracking because we got to write this live. So Noah did the intro. Noah, it's your job to keep us on track for time.
So what are we doing? What are we going to do today, Neville?
Okay. So should I share my screen or something like that?
Yeah, share your screen. Let's get it on.
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen, and y'all are going to watch me write. And he says I'm a good writer. We'll see. I don't know.
Hey, before you jump, you're just like jumping into sex. Give us 20 seconds of what's actually going to be happening today. Like, what are we trying to do? And Catherine, what are we doing with your business?
We're trying to sell the self journal, which has We are coming out with an update next week. And so when we first started talking about this, we were going to do another product. And then I told you about this update that has not been updated in 3 years. And so we finally updated, and I was like, let's do that. So basically we came out with this product. We've updated it a few times, but we haven't updated it since 2018. And the new product is so much better. Sorry if you just bought the old one recently, but the new one is so much better. And I'm super excited to launch it because it's something that I've been wanting to do for a while. Noah, Neville, I think you're the second and third people actually the first and second outside of Best Self to even have that product. Whoop, whoop.
Can I give one away to the audience right now? Can I give mine away? Like I'd share it with the audience. So like if you guys are excited for the bestself.co, and make sure you go sign up for their newsletter, what we're going to do today is Catherine, we've invited Neville on to do the email marketing, and we're going to try 2 different types of emails, and Neville can talk more about it and see in 1 hour. We're going to send it and see the results live on air. So if you're excited for bestself.co, in the comments, hit the thumbs up button and then type in bestself.co in the comments. And I'm going to pick one person to mail. I'll personally mail mine to you. And Neville, take it over. Let's get it on. Get the goal. Get rocking.
All right, cool. Everyone's introduced, all that stuff. I've got just a few minutes to write this, and I need Catherine because she's the maker of the product. So the goal is we're going to test an e-commerce sale. And we're also going to do a mini test in here. We're going to send a short email, like a really, really short one, and then a long one. And we're going to try to make sales like on this call. So we're going to write the email over here. I'm going to use Catherine to ask her about the product. We have not rehearsed this before. We're going to make a long email and a short email, and then she's going to send it out, and then we're going to report the results, right? Is that good?
Yep. Awesome.
All right, cool. So that's the goal. The product we're trying to sell is the Best Self Journal, of course, the new thing that they've come out with. And what are we going to, so this is the code we're going to give them, right? We're going to incentivize them with 15% off if they buy right now on the email.
Yeah, got goals.
And got goals. Does this work? You tested this on the site? Okay, cool. So now we've got to make the long email first. So first of all, Catherine, like tell me about the Best Self Journal. What about it? I'm just going to take notes. Keep talking.
So the self journal is based around giving you a structure to hit your goals. So it's 13 weeks, which is long enough to actually get something done, but short enough to not procrastinate. So it's not like a year-long planner that you don't use. It's undated, so you can start anytime. You don't have to wait until January 1st to make a change. We have helped over 500,000 people achieve their goals since we started. We have over 5,000 5-star reviews. Damon John is a big fan and gives it to any company that he invests in, which is pretty cool. He's not invested in us, but he just likes the product a lot. We show you how to break down a goal so you know exactly what you're going to do. So we show like high level things and then going to, monthly, weekly, daily structure. And, Noah's a big fan of this, but it's figuring out like what's the goal and then what are the habits that are going to get you to that goal and really getting granular with it so that every single day you can win the day with, following the structure. And the reason what we created it was because I read a ton of books on like productivity and goal setting, and I tried a bunch of stuff. And then I'm like, okay, but how do I know that I'm not going to miss something every day? Because, sometimes you read so much, it's like, okay, but can I just give me a cheat sheet so I know if I do this, I'll get where I want to go? And that's sort of where it came from. So I tried a bunch of different ones before, but either they were like, they're helping you plan your day, but not really focused on the direction you're going. So it's like, I think a lot of people struggle with this is like they kind of they always think they're going to do more and achieve more and get more potential, but they don't know how to start it, or they don't know what the first steps are, or they think that one day it's just going to happen for them. But really it's just, okay, what's the structure that you're going to put in place so that you have some guardrails to get you to where you want to go instead of just kind of hoping that eventually something changes.
Catherine. Okay, so what I'm going to do over here is these are all the reasons why it's awesome, right? And that's great. We're going to put a little intro, a quick intro. So that's going to be kind of like our attention, in case anyone knows like the AIDA formula. So your attention is like you get their attention with something. This is like the interest desire section. So this is where we're going to like get them to be interested in it by telling them a lot of cool things about it and then make them desire to buy. And then we're going to do action. So remember, at the end of every email, you got to like get them to take an action. Some people will say like, oh, the Best Self Journal is awesome, blah, blah, blah. And then they'll just stop the email. And you're like, wait, something has to happen. So Noah, you are very familiar with getting people to take action, right?
Yes.
AppSumo. I heard you run this company called AppSumo.
Yeah, I think with the emails, there needs to be some sense of urgency, or why do I need to do this today? We have a lot of things calling for our attention. So it's like, why
So
right now?
why do they need to do this today on this email?
So the discount's only for this email. So we want to reward people for taking action in their life by buying a journal. And it's on pre-order until next week, then it'll be shipping. So basically you're going to be one of the first people in the world to get this new version of the product. And we're giving you a discount, which we usually wouldn't do for, brand new products, but we're doing it now so that we can reward you for taking action.
How long is this coupon code going to work? Can we just make it really, really short so we kind of hopefully get some sales on this thing?
Yeah. Let me ask the team how long it lasts.
Neville, let me ask for people out there, if they don't want to discount, but they want to do urgency, what are some ideas?
So discount, you can close something down. So if something's about to expire on a specific day, that's a lot of action that you could take. A discount is always works. You see stores use this all the time. Holiday sales, that kind of stuff. Sorry, I want to really get this done quick. So
I know you want to send it out, and I'm not here to distract, but I think there's just for the people.
No, you please distract. I'll work.
Yeah. So I think for some of it out there, it's like their discounts is good. But a lot of people are like, hey, with my brand, I don't want a discount. So, Catherine, you said something yesterday. You said free shipping. So is free shipping kind of be one of them? Is there a limited quantity? Is there a limited time window? I think even for some journal like this, there is something there about like, hey, you
can do quantity based couponing. So this could be like, okay, 50% off, but only the first 100 people are going to get it.
Right now.
And we've done that for, we did a really good Black Friday sale a couple of years ago where I was like, how do we recreate the Black Friday, like everyone's going and seeing a Best Buy getting their TVs, but in real life. And so it was quantity based coupon. So it was like, we gave one coupon 100% off for one person and it went live at a certain time, but then it was like, okay, 50% off to 10 people, 40% off to 30 people, like that. And so what it does is if you tell people it's coming at a certain time, they go on there and it creates that same sort of like Black Friday thing. It worked really well.
Awesome. Okay, so in this email, I'm just setting up the action part, so I kind of know where we're going. A lot of people write an email and it gets really winding. Like I already know the end of the story, so we're going to focus it on that. All right, so I need to put all this stuff together, and what I'm going to do is what do you think of this? So you said Damon John gives it to all the company he's invested in, right?
Yeah.
Why does he do that?
He just gives it. He really loves the product and he uses it. And he has a co-working space in Manhattan that basically it's like a co-working incubator space you have to apply to. And then when you got in, he like custom branded some self journals for the people that bought in. And it's just because he believes in like creating like successful habits and writing your goals down. And is just like a general fan of that concept and just loves the product.
So he wants the CEOs of companies to be effective, better, have goals.
Yeah, because he's trying to get the best ROI on his money. So if he can make them more effective to run the companies more effectively, then it's a win for him.
All right. So what do you think of this style for the email? I'm going to probably...
Neville, I want to highlight just one thing you did there, because I think the audience may not have caught that. I really like what you took something that's distinct, Damon John, and you said, well, why is he giving it out? And then using that as your marketing message. I think that was a really insightful piece.
Yeah, I think if you just say Damon John gives it to all the companies he invests in, I think that's good, but we could take it up a notch by saying why. So I think if we do the email just kind of like this the whole way down, keep in mind, we are very crunched for time, so we can't write too much, but I could take all these points and just like center them, make them bold, and then put a cool email under there. So y'all sell mainly on Amazon or through your website?
Through our website.
Through your website. I want to show that you have 5,000 5-star reviews. So, oh dang, y'all really do. Wow. Is there like a review section or something over here?
Oh yeah, the bottom.
Yeah. So I kind of want to take this. I want to take like a screenshot of this.
And I just want to highlight it for people that are watching along or you're watching this on the replay. It's okdork.com backslash eCommerce dash DOC, and you can actually see Neville writing and working on this live and get all the links and everything you want.
Yeah. Hey, what do you think of this? I'm curious because like it's everyone says 5,000 5-star, but like there are some 4-star. There's even 6 1-stars, but we all know those are crazy people. What do you think of just showing it, being transparent, showing that? Is that cool?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Noah, I remember like with AppSumo, I think what people appreciated was a lot of times the comments were negative and we would leave them. And people trusted it more, right?
Yeah, except my mom goes in comments. She's like, "This is a mean thing. Don't say this." But yeah, people want to believe if it's not all perfect.
Yeah, because everyone says like you go to some like weird supplement sites and they're like, "We have 20,000 5-star reviews." It's all 5-star reviews, and you're kind of like, I don't know. It's weird. All these people have only Indian names. No, all right. Let's go. Okay, so 14. You said 500,000 people. Hey, Catherine, didn't you say that Shaq likes this?
Oh, so we had a Amazon put it on their homepage, and it was a picture of our journal, and Shaq was throwing it up, and I just thought it was cool because
do we have that picture?
Yeah, we do.
Can you post that in the doc in like this image section down here? Like I really like the Damon John one. I think Shaq, like that's a pretty damn big name.
Let me grab it.
People love best self journal. In fact, over 500,000 sold. In fact, is stupid. Let's just say over 500,000 have been sold. Okay. Noah, what do you think of this? 5,000 5-star reviews. People love the best self journal. Over 500,000 have been sold. And then we show a screenshot of it. Is this good, bad, anything?
I guess, how are you approaching it? So like a lot of times when we're doing emails, like we sent out an email today, I always like stories. I think stories are always really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my Amazon is talking back to me. Because like part of me thinks like we're just putting in stuff, which is good, but is there like a theme, or how do you normally like to think about that?
Yeah, unfortunately, we're going so fast. I'm not explaining very well, but basically, I'm basically putting all these together. So all the cool things about it, I'm constructing them, and then what I'll do is I'll shift them around later, right? Because like right now in my head, with this limited amount of time, we don't exactly know the narrative we're telling, but I know that this is a really interesting thing that Catherine said. Damon John gives it to all his companies. Like that's clearly interesting. Oh, here we go, Shaq. Oh, he's throwing up the best self journal. Hey, Catherine, what about Shaq? Did he?
It was just cool.
So what was this? Amazon even promoted this on the front page of their.
Yeah, it was on the front of their like get back to school special. It was on their homepage, and like they didn't tell us, so I just like went to the thing. I was like, holy shit!
Front page. Amazon.
Although if people try to buy this, they're not going to be able to buy the new version of Self Journal from Amazon. So we can't pretend like it's not going to even be available for probably another month.
Why did they promote Amazon? Like, why did they promote that? Like, obviously it's probably a bestseller or something like that. What was the reason Amazon did that?
Well, because it was their back to school, get organized theme. I don't know what Jack had to do with it, but.
So, Catherine, maybe something interesting to ask you, and I know your team is that. How do you think you guys would have approached this email otherwise?
I think we would have talked about the differences between the new journal and the old journal. So it would be basically, here's what we've improved. This is what we've kind of taken your feedback. We always do like bake the feedback in, not all of it obviously, but the ones that we see in common to make a better product basically every run that we do. And so this one's been the biggest change, and we got like thousands of responses for product feedback to figure out, okay, what works for people and what doesn't, so that we could update the inside. And it's actually like the biggest change since we first came out.
Okay. Sorry, can I interrupt? Noah, you said you like a story, and Catherine, you had all this stuff here. I'm thinking we could combine making this part right here kind of a story. So out of these images, like I took some of these. Look, that's my little bookshelf back there. I took some of these beforehand because I know this is a brand new product, so you don't have like tons of pictures of it up yet. But like, can we tell a story out of some of these images of why someone will hit their goal by buying this?
So I'm going to make two suggestions real quick. So number one, everyone watching, we're actually going to send this email out. So if you're on the bestself.co mailing list, we're going to send this out in the next 15 minutes and see how many sales it actually drives. And this is all live. And none of this has been pre-planned except some of the organization stuff. The second thing, Neville, one thing for Catherine, can you have your team look up which subject lines of your previous emails did the best for y'all? So maybe because like you said something, Catherine, you're like, this is our biggest change ever. Mm-hmm. Right. So that to me is a subject line. I'm like, oh, wow, that's a really interesting subject line. Or life, self journal 2.0 is born. But Neville, I don't know. Do you think, Neville, it makes sense for them to actually highlight like, hey, we've taken, over 500,000 people have bought this and now we've even made it better. Kind of highlight the significant improvement of what this can do. Do you think that makes sense, Neville?
Okay. My truthful answer to that is I kind of don't care. Like when Catherine, whenever you say you made it new, I'm kind of like in my head personally, I'm like, like a lot of companies like the new and improved Crest. I'm like, well, it probably like tastes slightly better. Like what's the difference? So I'm sure you could say there's something new, but I think that kind of misses the point of why they should buy it. Like, I don't care that you made a new product. I care about myself.
What
and
it
like
does for
you made a new product. Congratulations. How's it going to help me? That's what I want to know.
Okay.
That was a great point.
So let's combine those sentiments that this is new and stuff, but I would say the new stuff is like about this interesting and how this is going to help me, Neville, get to my goal. That's kind of cool. So Catherine, let me ask you this. So people will get this in the mail and then what are they supposed to do? Like I received this from the mail and now like what happens?
So in there's basically a guide of, okay, here is how you set a goal. So we show you like, do you want to get fitter or do you want to have a business goal? And then at the front of the journal, which is new, we've got like this basically 30-day habit. So it's like drilling down what's the big goal and what are the things that you have to do every single day to get there. And then actively tracking that every single day. Okay, and so we have examples. So it's like, if this is your goal, maybe this is the thing you do every day. And it's about, okay, how do you teach, consistency?
So let's see, you get yourself best self journal, right? Best self journal.
Yeah.
And y'all can tell me if this stuff sucks or not. So get your best self journal in the mail. It comes with a guide on how to set your goals. Can we add a little something to that? What were you saying about this? What is it? What are these two guides, daily rituals and guidebook?
Oh, Catherine, real quick, let me try just one thought. What's a story that comes to mind about how someone's life changed with the self journal?
So one guy saved like $20,000. He used it just to like incrementally save money, mainly of just writing things down, which it seems silly, but like I've also seen people who've lost weight with it because they write down every time they eat. So it's really about like apps are easy and they're on your phone, but I call my phone like the productivity app graveyard because I get an app, I use it for a week, and then I forget all about it. When I have something that's like on my desk right in front of me, I can't really ignore it. It's not like I can just close the app and it's gone. So scientifically, writing things down is much more powerful than an app or anything like that. And so, the way you like hit your goals or do anything big is more of like what you're doing today. So somebody might have a goal like, okay, I want to lose 20 pounds, but do you know what you're going to order for dinner tonight? Sometimes like, oh, or do you know like what that first step is? And so it's all about like, okay, how do you win the day so that you can get to where you want to go without making it this huge thing? Does that make sense?
Ooh, whatever you just said there was awesome. How to win the day without making it a huge thing. Is that what you just said?
Yeah. Like getting any big accomplishment starts with like winning the day. We own wintheday.com also, but
ooh, that's a good phrase.
So when you win the day and you do it every single day, you're going to get where you want to go without it seeming like overwhelming.
Sorry, what do you say? Getting any big you said something really cool. Getting any big accomplishment done is easy if you know how to win the day.
Getting anything big accomplished in your life starts with winning the day, and you do that with a structure and knowing exactly what you have to accomplish that day. A lot of people, like I think only 30% of people actually plan their time, which is kind of crazy because like we spend all this money on like protecting our house and like protecting our stuff, but we don't actually protect our time. And so once it's gone, it's gone. So the self journal is based on being conscious of where your time's going so it doesn't get squandered.
Ooh. Noah, how are we doing on time?
We have about 35 minutes left, so I think we have about 5 to 8 minutes to finish the long and 5 minutes on the short, and then we can discuss and do questions.
All right, so we got to go quick. So what I'm doing so far, just to quickly explain what's going on, I'm putting all the cool things about the self journal here. I don't know if it makes sense in order yet, but then we're going to switch it around in about 2 minutes. So what else can we use here? Let's use this guy.
I just want to highlight what we're doing, everyone, is we're going to send this email again live if you just tuned in, as well as we're going to test a long version of an e-commerce marketing email, as well as a short version. We're going to split the audience into 2 groups and send it out and see which one does better.
Break down your goal.
Catherine, how are you feeling?
Great.
Hey, what is this image I'm looking at right here?
That's on the inside of the journal.
Can you explain what's going on there? Is that?
Yeah, so that's the old version of the journal, but
so we can't use that.
Yeah.
All right.
You could yeah, we can't use that. So
Can't
go down.
Okay.
Let's
say, how about this one?
Use the habit one would be good. The color, yeah, that.
This one?
Yeah.
All right. So what's going on in this picture?
So these are basically a 30-day habit tracker. So in the previous version, it was like week by week, but you don't really see a streak or like have any sort of momentum. That sounds weird. So this is a way of like, okay, what's your goal? And then how do you make sure that you're doing it every single day? And then there's a prompt on the daily pages to remind you to like fill it in. Cause again, it's trying to teach you how to do it. I'm gonna just take a picture of mine so that.
Yeah, can you do that and just drop it in this doc? That'd be really good to see like a finished one also.
So people are saying like, Neville, isn't it bad to have images in your emails? What's your thought? All right, that's it. Keep going.
Yeah, that's a really common question. No, it's not. Maybe Noah, you can explain while I'm writing.
Well, I think what's interesting is
millions of images a day. So
yeah, we've subscribed to the top 100 e-commerce stores and we've got all their emails. And what you notice is that email marketing for e-commerce stores is more like the modern day catalog. And in a catalog, basically, you just want to look at pretty pictures. Some of the top, this is going to be actually the most surprising thing. Some of our best emails that we've done for AppSumo and then for a lot of our e-commerce store friends is they take their most popular Instagram picture and they just send that out with a link to their store. And that performs shockingly well.
All right, I just dropped the picture I just took.
Is that yours?
This is how live we're doing it. We're just taking product pictures on the call.
Yeah. Is that your handwriting?
That is Emily on our team's handwriting, who's so much neater than mine.
Oh, wow. I kind of like that my handwriting's so messy because no one can read it. So I could like share my stuff and everyone's like, what language is that?
How many people have you killed?
Here's a sample journal.
All right, so we do have to wrap up this email. And Catherine, how many people are on the email list that we're going to be emailing bestself.co?
The email list. Let me open up.
Now I'm feeling a little guilty.
Wow. Okay. Thanks for letting me know, Noah. I'm going to start wrapping this up.
So we have about, I would say, less than 10 minutes. Let's try to do 10 minutes. There's no rush because look, at the end of the day, I don't want to, you've spent years building this brand and this relationship with your customers. I'm personally not willing to jeopardize it with something we're not proud of. So
No, we're making a good email. Don't worry. Don't
all
worry.
right, all right, I
Oh,
like
we're making a good one. Okay. So, okay, I want to know is there anything else that we need to put over here that we can use? Any like cool things, or are these the main points that we've got? That these aren't in order yet, but are these the main points?
Yeah. Let me grab actual people's names.
If you can fill out Catherine or someone, maybe down here some results of the self-help journal. So maybe you knit names like Lisa A or something like that, because we're not asking these people yet unless they personally said it. But you could also put Amazon reviews. So like truncated, like shortened.
Okay.
So maybe put an Amazon review, Lisa G or something like that with a short quote. This is awesome. If y'all could put like 3 of those down there, that would be amazing.
Catherine, you didn't say your email list size.
Oh, we were emailing this to 100,000.
Oh my God. That's like the biggest soccer game in the world. We're emailing every single attendee.
So
no pressure, Neville.
Yeah, I know, for real. We're doing 2 emails. This is just the first one. So the short one will go quicker. But what are we going to say right in the beginning? Just like, should we get into it? Like flash sale?
Yeah, I think it should be like, we never do this. We never do a flash sale for something like this, especially something that's been in the making for years. We took over 1,000 of your responses to make something better that's been already working really well. And maybe that's how we start it. But you're the expert now. You tell me.
Brand new best self journal. So I'm just going to tell them straight off right now, buy this, right? Just going to copy this.
Did we put a time limit on it? Is this like a pre-launch? Like, hey, this is an early access kind of thing? Like, hello?
Yeah. Is this 2 hours? Is that what it is? Or is it like 24 hours or something like that?
I think it's like, I thought usually it takes a while to send out to that many people. So I don't want to make it 2 hours in case it takes a little longer for people to get it. So let's do like 8 ends at midnight. And I can comment on this video like tomorrow with the results for people that are watching live.
Okay. So but today's different. And Noah, if you want to go through and suggest some changes for some of these while I'm working on this, that's totally fine. If you manipulate stuff, change stuff.
You're the chef. I'm just your sous chef. I just get the ingredients.
Let's see. Crazy excited. Here's why.
Catherine, how different is this than your normal copy and the normal kind of emails you're sending out?
It's different, but sometimes I think it's like the curse of knowledge with some emails that we send out, whereas Neville doesn't really have that. So it's going to be interesting to see, like, sometimes maybe we just expect people know what we're talking about.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting what you were saying earlier was like, here's how the journal is new and upgraded. And then I like how Neville brought it back. Well, how does that matter to me as the customer and me as the reader? Right. Not what the company thinks, but what the end person receives.
Totally.
This way. Hey, whoever is going to be loading up these emails, I think we basically have these pictures down. So you can start loading these up in whatever email system you're using. And I'm going to change some stuff around, but you can get all these images loaded so we can do this quick on the call. So we tell you the scientifically best way to create your goals. Okay. So I'm thinking right here. So reading this right now, I said we're doing a 2-hour flash sale. So someone's probably like, huh, interesting. Here's why the best self journal is awesome. And then it goes straight into 5,000 5-star reviews. I personally found that very jarring to just be like, hey, check out how cool we are. So I'm like, whoa. Let's show them something that's really cool. So I thought this part right here, so you get your self journal in the mail. It comes with a guide on how to set your goals. Every single day you work towards your goal. I thought this was a cool story. So I'm going to copy all this. I'm going to cut it out. I'm going to put it at the top.
So I want to hear what the audience is thinking so far. If you're in the audience and you're watching this live, is this normally what you'd send? Is this different? Like, what have you observed or learned for yourself so far?
Let's see. So then Damon John gives it to all the companies he invests in. He self-funds himself and wants to see how it's going to be more effective. Okay. Amazon even pro self-journal on the front page of Amazon. It's a lot of Amazon. Hold on. On their front page. Products that.
Okay, that's pretty awesome that Shaquille O'Neal has used your product and is with the photo of your product. I mean, that's badass.
Yeah, that was a cool surprise.
I think I was with you when that happened. Because you were like, what just happened here?
Oh, maybe, yeah, because someone else sent it. I didn't even see. I wasn't the first person to see it, so I was like, "Hey, is this yours?" And I was like, "Oh my God, immigrant!" I'm like, "Is that chat?" I wasn't completely sure, or is that just a guy that looks like him?
So some of the highlights, just to highlight, people are saying this is definitely longer than they normally would send. There's a lot more pictures. They haven't tried long form necessarily before. They're saying they like how honest and refreshing the content is. Huh. So, and we'll try the long and a very short version and see which one people respond to.
Okay, so James, 4 steps to. So I'm going to start wrapping it up over here. Did someone put these in? Can y'all put some Amazon quotes here?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah. Is there any pictures of people, Neville? Do you have? Oh, I guess that's right above it. Pictures of people using it.
Yep, we're going to go back and add some of those. So some of these are not finished yet.
So I'm going to highlight a few other things, Neville. There's authority with like celebrities. There's social proof with the reviews. Longevity is saying this. There's scarcity. And I think ultimately it's results too, right? At the end of the day, people are buying things and saying, hey, what am I actually going to get from the money I'm giving you?
Yeah, I'm putting stuff in now.
Awesome. Thank you. Y'all could do like 3, 4, 5 of those or something like that.
We have 20 minutes, so we've got to wrap this up in the next 2 to 3. Get this one set up so we can get the short one set up in 5 and get these sent.
Action. Okay. So I'm just going to do this. I like using text as art a lot of times. So sometimes instead of some fancy line, I just put a bunch of dashes. So it doesn't expire in 2 hours. It expires at midnight, I think.
I kind of need like an audience. Neville.
Hey, where's your sound effect board? Yeah,
I know. I'm going to go get that while you're working hard here. Nice shirt, by the way. Copywritingcourse.com. Everyone check it out.
You. Let's see. The flash sale. So PS, the flash sale, one time only. Expires tonight. And you could be one of the first people in the world to get your hands on the new and improved best self journal.
Neville, I found the audience is here. Look at that. Yeah! Woo!
Nice. All right. So I'm going to go finish up these headlines real quick, and then that's that.
So one thing I do want to highlight though is, and we're not going to A/B test subject lines and titles, but this is something that I've talked about with our team at Dork, our team at AppSumo, and Neville, me and you have spent a lot of time. The subject line is the most important part of an email. And what I've noticed, especially I know for myself at times, is it's where we spend the least amount of time. So if you're writing an email on any capacity or any tweet or your captions, the thing that's the first thing, like your podcast title, I'd actually wouldn't mind if we spend, while they're getting the email content set up, I think with the audience it'd be fun, like let's brainstorm like which title and subject line we could really figure out is be most effective. Catherine, were you able to pull any of the data on which historically has done well for y'all?
Hey Noah, while we're doing this, can you poll the audience and start putting some subject lines in here?
All right. So, audience, give subject lines in the comments. I'll throw these in here, and we'll see if we can actually use one of the ones you suggest. So
yeah. So just put a bunch down, and we'll go back and figure it out. Yeah.
Catherine, if you have any examples or previous subject lines, a lot of times I like looking at mine or others for creativity.
James was saying when we put the product name in the email, it typically does the best.
So Paul had a good suggestion. He said the 2.0 journal is out. I just wrote one. Best self just got bester.
Ooh, put these in. These are good.
Yeah, I've been making them up. Our biggest change ever. 24-hour flash sale starts now. So again, everyone, like your subject lines and your titles of your podcast, your posts, the things you're doing are almost more important than all of the things inside, because if they don't even want to click it, it doesn't even matter. All right, keep coming up with these subject lines. I'll put all you guys in so we can check them all out, and we'll do a little review.
This is to my team. Let's also put my name as the subject, as the from.
Okay.
Ooh, good.
So
I think like one of those subject lines plus flash sale plus Catherine seems like might be the winning formula.
Oh, that's interesting. So best self flash sale. I think one thing too is that if you guys have never really done a pre-sale or anything like this, I like saying like we'd never do this, especially if you've never done it.
Okay, cool. So I think we're mainly done with the whole like story part, and I'm just going to clean this up right here. Thanks, whoever put these in there for me. So one guy. So I don't like this. Like one guy saved $20,000. That sounds like we made it up. Yeah, this one guy he saved $20,000. I'm gonna just take this one out. And if you have a name, you can put it, but otherwise. JT, hey, I like this format. That's good. I don't think we need any more. I think 4 is good. I'm going to take this one out because it sounds fake.
By the way, I'm looking at, Nostalgia Nerd. He has a good one. This journal has a new neat trick to revolutionize your life. Cha-cha-cha-cha changes.
So I don't think we want to call it like the subject line flash sale, because we have done one of those. This is just like a brand new product that we're releasing early, that we're giving a discount on, which we never do.
Okay. Hey, Catherine, just FYI, what I always tell customers is like, I'm writing this right now, but your audience doesn't have a relationship with me. They don't even know who I am. They know you. So I would say anything, take liberty and make it your own words and your own voice. Okay. I always prefer that over just like what I think. So if you think that saying flash sale is just like not on brand, whatever, take it out. Don't use it.
Okay, cool.
And if I think you're doing something that's wrong, I'll tell you. But otherwise, like that, I think it's great. Pre-order now. Catherine Laverly.
So while you're doing that, Neville, I'll just read off a few of the other subject lines. Best self 2.0 new. Smash your goals quicker. Early access to best self 2.0. I know for me, early access always gets me excited. Or I like that. Maybe like sneak peek. No, it's not sneak peek. Exclusive. Oh, it is exclusive before Amazon gets it.
Yeah.
Check. Oh, that dude, Jonathan, nice one. Jonathan's one of my Jewish brothers. Uh, check your self journal. I like that.
Huh.
I don't think that really captures the exclusivity or the like, holy crap, this is something really special. But I like that for a future email.
Okay, so by the way, I'm going to do one quick run through right now of this email. I think we're good. We're really crunched for time, and then I have to write the short email. The short email will go quick because we're basically going to just steal this and send it out like that, and we'll see what happens. So let's do this. I'm going to go through. If anyone sees in the comments some errors or something like that, Noah, can you like make the changes? Ask them if they see.
Yes. If you guys are seeing any errors, so if you're on e-commerce, okdork.com/e-commerce doc, I'll post the URL in the comments as well. If you guys see any errors or suggestions or something glaringly bad, let me know, and I'll make the change. You guys are able to see the doc just as fast as we are.
Small little update, small little steps towards your goal. Every day are how big changes are made. Goals, damage on, da 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 da. Okay, I think we're rolling here. If you struggle with the goal and don't know the first steps is hit, here's some examples of people getting real results from this small little purchase.
All right, so some of the people are saying, people are just really excited about the subject lines. So Yash is saying that he loves how interactive it is. Awesome, me too. That's why we're doing it live. The link to buy the Best Self Journal, Neville, where's the call to actions for them to go buy this stuff?
We should put a big button down here.
Yeah, thank you, Chad. Chad, you're the one who won a Best Self Journal. I'm going to mail you mine.
Nice. Can y'all stick a button or some link down here?
Yeah.
Someone? Yeah, thank you.
If you guys want to get this email, go sign up on bestself.co, and you will see this email. You'll get one of the tests live. By the way, if you guys are interested in having more chats with me, and Neville hangs out there, it's okdork.com/group. It's our free Facebook group where we sell you a high-priced course. And then we sell you even more overpriced things that don't do anything. I was explaining to my dad today what like all these internet marketers call the back end. He's like,
yeah,
back end? What's the back end? And I was like, oh, Dad, I can't tell you that.
Oh.
So do you have a CTA? So one thing I've noticed, Neville, I don't know if you noticed this, but a lot of my emails, and we've done literally probably over 100 million emails we've sent that people wanted to receive, because anyone can send 100 million spam. I definitely like having the CTA in like the first 10, 20%. I think you've done a lot of that. Is that something we've done in this email?
Yeah. So let me show you what I'm going to do. So we made this long email over here, and considering how fast we have to make this is pretty damn good. Wow. We have a lot of subject lines. Thanks everyone. We'll pick one in a second. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do a super ultra short email with no images. So it's like the polar opposite. And I'm super curious, like which one will work? Is it going to be the short one or the long one? And here's how we're going to make it. I'm just going to steal the bottom part over here. I'm going to post it there, and I'm going to steal the top part. And that's it. In fact, like one of the things I always try to tell people when they're making this super short email, that it should almost make you uncomfortable. In fact, like I think Eamon, the CEO of AppSumo, he has this great way of emailing people. I think he uses like 7 words for his AppSumo. He's like, hey, we want to promote you to 800,000 people. Interested? Eamon. And like that email gets a bunch of people to sign up. It's just uncomfortably short. So, hey everyone, we never do this but today. I'm going to take this part out. But we're doing a 10-hour early access self-help journal, 15% off if you buy right now. Get goals expires at midnight. Dang, this is short. This is so short, it actually makes me uncomfortable.
I kind of think you don't want to throw one picture in Just a picture?
We could do one picture.
Yeah,
but only one. What do you
just
think?
one.
What do you think's the winner?
Catherine, your team, you, audience, which one should I think you need something.
I think the new box.
That's cool. The opened or on Neville's hand? Like Neville, go to the top there. Sorry, you're making me dizzy.
Yeah, sorry.
There's so go up a little bit more, up a little bit more, colder, hotter, hotter, hottest. So the open box or the one on his hand?
I think the open box probably.
This one?
Yeah.
You can't really see it.
Okay,
but...
we have 9 minutes. So
oh shit. Okay, we got to pick one. All right, if you want to, hey, no, if you want an image, pick one yourself and throw it in there.
Okay.
But hey, everyone.
Catherine, can I just do that one that's open? You don't like the open box one?
Yeah, that's what I said.
You ever seen the FedEx commercial?
No, I don't watch commercials.
It's where you say the same thing as someone else, but then you take credit for it.
Oh.
All right. So
what if we just
so Sebastian's saying open box, new box, one picture.
All right, James is in the doc. James and Aaron on the bestself.co team. Thank you guys so much for helping us out. You guys are rock stars.
Yeah, they're the ones doing all the heavy lifting and the.
Yeah, y'all are about to get a lot of work right now. So okay, so I'm just taking a picture because no one's decided. Bam, I'm gonna put that there.
I already put the picture up there, dude.
Oh, where'd you put? You put it in the short email?
Yeah.
Really? I don't see it.
Oh, I just put it at the top of the email. Sorry.
Oh, here, put it right here. Yeah.
I don't know where the short email is. Where is it?
Super short email right here.
All right, super short.
Okay, so yeah, put it in there, and I'll show everyone what we're thinking, and if anyone has ideas on it. Otherwise, I think it's ready to go. Okay,
all right.
Sweet.
So, Catherine, as your team's setting it up in the back end, can you show it in Klaviyo or whatever? I think you use Klaviyo for your e-commerce store, just so we can see it before it gets sent out.
Yeah, I'll open it once they give me the word because I don't want to go in as they're doing it.
Totally.
Okay, so everyone, here's tell me what y'all think of this. This is the super short email. Hey everyone, we're doing a new product, but we're doing a 10-hour live early access sale. 15% off if you buy now, coupon code. And we should probably include the link, obviously, to the thing. So, all of these are linked. I'll leave that to y'all in there. It's a flash sale. Get it now, or however y'all say that.
Yeah.
Catherine Laverly, best self. That's it. That's the uncomfortably short email. And here's the funny thing. Normally when we've tried these split tests, I got to say, like, they kind of come out pretty even, which always makes me think that, like, sometimes can't you just send out these really short emails? But the thing is, a lot of people I predict that these will be like nearly 50-50. That's my hypothesis in the end. So
really, I feel like the long one is so much better.
All right, what does the audience think?
I've been surprised. Here's the thing. We usually send out both because in email, people see things multiple times, right? It's not like people get one email from you ever. They get multiple emails from you. So sometimes it takes a couple to convince them. Real quick, can we pick out a subject line so your people can start?
I think they did, Neville. They highlighted. Catherine, did you highlight that one?
No. So it's someone that James probably did. I like that.
I'm good with that.
Is that something y'all would send?
Yeah, I just want to highlight, like, whenever you guys are doing your blog posts, your Instagram, your YouTube, your podcast, spend more time on the subject lines. Like, you see, we came up with 15 just to get, or 14 just to get one great one. I love that. Early access, this is the new. Man, I'm excited. I want to get that email. You're doing more, Neville?
I don't know. Should we, or is that one good? Everyone agrees?
I'm happy with it. Catherine, are you and your team happy with it?
Perfect. Okay, so that's the one. We're going to do that one on the short email also because we don't want to change up the subject line too much.
So all the people are really betting now. They're like short, long, short. We don't know which one's going to win, but let's get it set up and send. We'll send it in next minute. Then we can push the meeting this a few more minutes to start seeing some results.
All right. So are we done? Pencils down?
Yeah.
Pencil down? Dude, we did it.
Wow. This is like chopped. This is like chopped for business.
Woo. I'm like sweating here. Look at this.
Yeah, buddy. Hey,
jeez.
That's what's up.
All right. So, they're going to start getting this sent out right now. So they are doing the heavy lifting for us. Now I guess we talk to entertain people and wait for results. Wait, so Catherine, so if this is being split tested, does that mean 50,000 people are going to get the long email and 50,000 people are going to get the short email?
Or they're going to do a small test. So like to 20% of your list, you'll send the test, and then it'll send to the rest of them.
Yeah.
Everyone has a better result. So I'm going to, Neville, maybe let's turn off your email. Catherine, do you want to get your thing set up in the back end now?
Yeah, they're doing it. They're doing it as we talk. I'm not the one doing that.
All right. So now we're back to, I think, gallery view. Neville, I stopped your screen share. Catherine, when they're ready to hit the send button, we're just going to hit send. So I think what we can do now is talk about, we're basically going to waste time. That's what I'm looking to do.
No, I'll explain what my thinking was, because I was going so fast. I feel like I cheated people out of explaining.
Yeah, well, we can do that, man.
Are we sharing their screen?
Do you want to walk through it with the email?
I can walk through it.
Yeah, walk through it.
Okay, I'll walk through it. So, share my screen. All right.
Interrupt. So really quickly, if you guys are watching, this is the finale where we're going to send the email, and most sales happen in the first hour or so. So you're going to see the results live.
Yeah, we're going to wait. So thanks everyone working on this in the background. The real heroes there. Okay. So the goal we had was to test a short email versus a long email. We quickly wrote a long email out, and let me explain what I normally do with clients and stuff. So we'll usually make 3 emails. We'll usually make a long one, a medium, and then a short one. And the reason is, like you noticed with that short email, I could just steal content from the long email. Bam, I have a short email. So if you make the long one first, you could always make a medium one and a short one really, really fast. So I made the long email. I often don't write the subject lines first. I just kind of write them whenever I get just kind of inspired. And I'll write out a bunch of subject lines and then come back to it later and pick the winner. I never pick the winner right away because I feel like that boxes you in. So then we just introduced right away our flash sale in here. But then we have to explain to people why people should buy this. So this goes back to ADA. So attention, interest, desire, action. So I followed this basic little copywriting formula called attention, interest, desire, action. So over here, we're getting their attention by giving them something cool. So we never do this for a product. Today is different. 10-hour early access to their brand new best self journal. So 15% off if you buy right now. So that's a decent amount of attention because these people already signed up to this company and like it. So then we're going to get their interest and make them desire buying the product by going through all these things. So we're telling them why that if they want to hit their goal in 13 weeks, they should use this. And we're painting a picture in their head to make it real. So the reason I took these pictures before the call was because I knew that we had a bunch of random e-commerce pictures. Like we had generic Indian guy reading the best self journal. We had generic photo of journal. We had generic girl writing in park. But I wanted to make it a little bit more personal. So I took a picture of mine, the second self-help best self-journal 2.0 in the world. And I took a picture of it so we can explain this. Get your self-help journal. So I have it like here. It comes with a guide on how to set your goals. So I opened it up. And what I was surprised by was that it came with these guidebooks, because I have other journals also in addition to this best self, but they normally just come with the journal and nothing else. So there's nothing else to like guide you. So I took a picture of those, and then we explain why it will get you closer to your goal. We show that it has momentum tracking. A real sample journal that Catherine just gave us with real writing. Someone's really neat handwriting, by the way. And it says 2020, so this looks very updated. It goes through all the reasons that this is like proven to help. It goes through testimonials. So this is where we make people desire the product. So Damon John gives it to everyone in his companies, not because he's a great guy, but because he wants to make money off his companies. And if his CEOs are effective, thanks to self-journal, then he'll make more money. And then I think this was really cool that Shaq is tied to this. Like Amazon even promoted it with Shaq. Like that's amazing. There's a ton of 5-star reviews, and we're being extremely transparent and honest. One thing I learned with all the AppSumo stuff was that if you're really transparent and honest, that people will believe you more. So if we just said that there's 5,077 5-star reviews, it's kind of like really like nothing has all 5-star reviews. So we're showing, look, some people thought it was 4-star. 6 people out of 5,000 thought it was 1 star, mostly crazy people, but we are being honest about it. And overall, in the long run, if you want to build a good brand, what I've seen is if you keep lying and say you get only 5-star reviews, no one believes you after a while. But if you're very honest and kind of like vulnerable, showing that some people didn't rate it 5 stars, people believe you more. And then we got a couple of actual quotes from people who smashed their goals. And then, bam, here's the offer. So we convinced them, we got their attention, got their interest. We made them desire having it themselves. And then we gave them an action they can take right now if you want to get your hands on this, and you get a bonus of 15% off and you get to be one of the first people in the world to buy it. So that's the thinking, and that's the whole email. And then for the very short email, we took the top of the email, we put one picture, and we put the bottom of this email. See, I just took the PS, and that was it. So we made 2 emails real quick, and I guess we're getting put up and sent out right now.
So Catherine, how are we doing in getting this set up?
Anyone have questions on that stuff?
There we go. The short one's done. It's in, I dropped it in the Zoom chat. Actually, I'll put it in the thing also.
Yeah, if you want to share your screen, so are you able to hit the send button, and then we'll maybe start seeing some of the results live? So by the way, first off, if you guys haven't signed up, go check out and sign up for Neville's YouTube channel. You can probably see it somewhere. Look for Neville Medora or Copywriting Course on YouTube, as well as copywritingcourse.com. Join his newsletter. If you're trying to learn how to write anything better, even someone this morning texted me, they're like, who's a good copywriter? I was like, there's only one. And then as well, if you're looking for personal improvement, self-improvement, home improvement, check out bestself.co, Catherine and her team. It's amazing to watch your journey. It's one of these things where I was like, oh, it's a journal company. Who cares? And to see how you've evolved to help changing people's lives is it's very impressive and admirable. And so I think we have some of the emails set up, and we're about to just hit send and start seeing these results.
We're waiting for the long email. We have to send them both at the same time.
We got to send them both at the same time. So there are some questions coming in. Different things about, like, should you give out bonuses for friends? I don't know. I guess for me, I'm just trying to think. I think almost the biggest takeaway from writing this email, Neville, and it's one of the reminders I like to do for myself and for the audience, is that it takes time. And I think what a lot of people do is they make this dish, like they make their orange, or you make your journal, or you make whatever product you've made, and the actual promotion part, the email writing, the landing page, the copy, whatever that is. Is this the part where Oprah gives them out to everyone, by the way? You get one. But the part of the promoting part, they spend 5% on.
Mm-hmm.
And the product, which is amazing, they've spent all the 90% on, which is great, but they need to figure out, how do I spend 50% or 80%? Or, as you can see from this, it took a full dedicated at least 50 minutes of Neville's brain power to put together an email. And then we had 15 subject lines.
By the way, sorry to interrupt train of thought, but I just took this out right now. You get a poster inside here?
Yeah, you get like a wall tracker.
Dude,
Neville, that seems like totally your jam.
I was totally okay. So back here, I always keep track of my goals, and I don't know if you can see that, but there's this little table I keep track of, and I draw it with dry erase marker, which is the lamest way to do it. So now I have this. Wow.
You should just put, like,
if you put that in the thing.
Put a sticker in the box, and Neville would have been happy. He's like, oh, a sticker.
Actually, there was like this little sticker type thing that came in the box.
I think it's a pen holder. I think it's really impressive packaging.
Yeah.
How you guys do your product. It's funny. How many iterations did that take? How long did it take to actually get it?
How long did it? I mean, it's been every single time we updated a little bit. This was the most different, and I like it. I like it a lot.
Dude, outcome, that is awesome. Outcome goal with the chart and then the reward.
We put quotes from actual customers on the box. I don't know if you see that.
So even if you look at my goals for this month, one of the things is I was supposed to weigh a certain amount, but Noah, me and you even make bets like this all the time. Every single goal has to have a consequence or a reward. And so I work well with consequences. So I have to pay someone $500 if I don't hit 168 by tomorrow. So I don't want to give them $500. So this is super cool. Nice.
Do you want to go to lunch? On, how much do you weigh now?
Dude, 171 this morning. So I'm just not going to eat till tomorrow. Yeah, I'll lose it. Don't worry.
All right.
I hit under 167 the other day. So and then me and you have goals set for next month too.
What's our goal for next month?
I'm going to write a book. And if I
Oh,
don't finish it by the end of the month, by whatever, May 31st, you get to brand me,
I
which I
forgot about
definitely do not want.
that. Is going to be awesome. I'm going to discourage you I'm going to try to get your internet. No, because if you have your internet turned off, you'll probably do more. All right. So Sebastian said he stayed up till 2 a.m. to see this. Sebastian, I'm glad you're a part of it. Um, so someone said, where did we get the emails from? Or where did you guys get the emails from? Maybe Catherine, you want to share where your customers come from or how they end up joining your newsletter?
Yeah, so they either bought from us before, they have downloaded some content from us, and they got like a content upgrade or something, uh, which we use Sumo for, and then we have their emails on the list. So we have past customers, people who use the journal before. Actually, this isn't even our full list. It's just the segments that we've chosen based on like what they've bought. If they just bought a journal last week, it's kind of shitty to be like, hey, the thing you bought a week ago is actually expired. So here's a new one. So that's why we only segment people the way we do.
Okay.
So I think our total list is like 280 or something like that.
Well, I think for a lot of people out there, so sendfox.com is a great free alternative, mostly for content creators. If you're in e-commerce, I think there's better solutions than ours. But I think the important thing that is just getting started, right?
Yeah,
So putting up
yeah, we have digital, like we have a habit challenge that we do with people, again, free. We have a 5-day course that we give away for free about like the principles behind becoming your best self. So those are ways like people can get free, valuable content and kind of come into the brand without even buying anything yet.
So one thing that's interesting is that you have a course, you have a challenge, you have a blog, and I think you've really done a good job of putting yourself out there. Like you won the Shopify Business Challenge. Did you win it 2 years in a row?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. You just sort of like, Canada, I own you. And so you've had a lot of success with that. Any other things for someone in an e-commerce product about how to grow their email list or get more attention that's worked well for you that you can share?
I also think like people like to follow because I wrote a post for like Sumo about how we launched our Kickstarter and like how I designed the product, and so people really like when you share like what you're doing, and that's how we got people initially interested, is like trying to be like transparent and sharing like, okay, this has worked for me, before you even ask them for anything. So there's some sort of like reciprocity. So if you're coming out with like an e-commerce store or you're trying to launch something, people always like to see the behind the scenes, even though if you think it's boring or like they don't like, you're like, oh, why would anyone want to see this? People actually love seeing that stuff and like
That's
what
such
goes
a great
into
point.
it. So I think if you share that, people will care more about you and your story and be like ambassadors before you even launch anything.
Well, it's funny you say that. That's a great point. Our number one seller of all time a few years ago was a video of me and Andrew Chen sharing how we grew AppSumo to 100,000 people. That product made $100,000. And we were just talking. It was like, oh, so what's every single thing we did? And then recently, I've just been recording like our team meetings. So I recorded our Facebook ads team meeting and our just company wide team meeting. And I'm like, does anyone want to watch this? Is this interesting to anyone? And people are like, yes. And so I think that's a really great point for, a lot of people want to eat your dish, but a lot of people want to just buy the recipe book. And I think there's many ways of growing your attention. That was a great idea. I do have to get going in about 6 minutes. Do we have these emails set up?
The long one is just taking a little longer, but
Okay.
Erin's working on it. She's
Okay.
grinding.
Well, we're going to stick around until we get that email sent because I want to see some sales come in. And Neville has jumped in the comments. Neville, do you ever troll yourself?
Yeah, all the time.
Sometimes I write comments on okdork.com. I'm like, dude, you suck. And then Noah replies like, hey, man, I really appreciate you trying to do something great.
Weird form. Someone's asking so Life of Greatness is saying, what do you think the difference between a good subject line and an amazing subject line? I found personalization with merge tags wipes the floor with other stuff, but looking for your wisdom. I don't know. Subject lines. Here's the thing. Here's what I'm always focused on. Even with like AppSumo is always focused on like, there's certain things you could do to trick people into clicking, but just tricking people into clicking reminds me of those old banner ads that would have like a button that says, don't click here. And so of course people click there, but it's just like, you're getting this really shitty cold traffic that doesn't really want your product. So with the law of subject line, if you're consistently sending out emails, I always try to say like maintain that trust with people. So I either try to tell them a little bit, I'd be honest about what's inside of it. And also I try to make them like for my own emails, I try to make them look forward to seeing my name in their inbox. And the reason is Gmail, all the other inboxes are getting more advanced at filtering out promotions and stuff. But if people drag you to their inbox to see you every time, that's a guaranteed way that more people see you in the long run. So like I tell people that subject lines and emails are more of like a long-term game than the short-term, just one-time sending emails. Because imagine if Catherine has a very good relationship with her list and they love seeing best self journal emails. Well, if they're looking for those, anytime they send out an email, most people will open them because they're actually actively looking for it. There's no way you can just trick people 10 times in a row to open your emails. So it's kind of like what Noah, remember like 4 to 6 years ago, clickbait, like Upworthy style articles were just ruling the web. Where are they now? They're gone. People basically stopped responding to those, and networks have banned those types of titles because the quality was so bad. So it worked for a while, but then it tanked and those companies nearly went away. So it's just like, that's a really powerful lesson to remember, that like, if you're tricking people into opening your stuff, like, sure, you get a higher open rate one time. Congratulations. Do you make a bunch of sales though if they're not interested? No. So it's just like, have really, really good emails. Focus on the actual emails themselves. And the subject line, to me, my personal thought, is almost like secondary after you write a great email. Some people will try to spend so much time on the subject line. I know a lot of people disagree with me on this, but I've written for so many hundreds of companies, and they'll spend all this time on the subject line, but guess what? Their email sucks balls. So no one reads it. No one takes action. So I'm like, well, what's the point if you get a high open rate? Yay.
What were you going to say?
That you gotta,
so what do you think of this?
Was that?
We had an email that went out. It was probably a year ago, and the subject line that we had a copywriter was like, problem with your order. And what it was is an upsell. And so I didn't know about it. And then I found out that I was like, this is no. Because it was like an upsell to add something on. Yeah. And so like it was converting and actually making more, but I was like, there's still probably more people with like a bad taste in their mouth after. So I don't, even though like it's making more right now, it's like long-term damaging to the brand.
I think
and also you trick them once, but if you do that over and over, people will start unsubscribing from you aggressively.
Well, I think the thing that's interesting, it's the ones that don't say anything, Catherine, right? The ones that don't comment, that don't review. I think Neville, you've put out a blog post, you can find it on copywritingcourse.com about his subject lines. I think for me with my subject lines, I think what Neville is saying is that you can't just have a great subject line with a shitty email or a great email with a shitty subject line. It's both that important. And then ultimately, what are they doing after that as well? I like making subject lines that make me smile. Or when I show it to someone, they kind of laugh. So like we sent out one today that was 401 Kagan, like a 401k. Or like one of my favorites, some of my favorite subject lines of all time is kind of, what's the subject line you would send if you were just emailing a friend? So I sent one a while ago that was like, can I call you? And I was doing like a live call where I was going to call people. And so it's, what's an email you would send a friend, or what's an email that gets you kind of excited to send in terms of subject line?
I send my style is very like personal ones. So I write out a bunch. And here's the thing, what kills most companies, like I've sat on Zoom calls with 20 people listening to me. We're like, here's how I write. They try to write subject lines. They think about it way too much. I just bang them out one after the other. So if you noticed, whenever we were in the doc, I had like 5 spaces for subject lines. I just keep writing and writing, then come back to it. And later one will stick out to you. And if you just don't think about it as much, those tend to be the best.
So the one thing I do want to highlight though, I personally hate the name thing. So I think it was Life of Greatness is like, should we name mail merges? Where it's like the personalization, like, hey, Noah, I know blah, blah, blah. I think people know it's fake. Or unless you have like a really stupid audience. I hate when they say, oh, Noah, I know you know. It's like, I know you don't know. It's not a personal thing. I think unless it's truly personal, I discourage that. So
yeah, the name thing also, a lot of times people don't enter the right name and it looks really bad.
Yeah, or like, hey, mail merge. I've actually, dude, I still use YAMPP, yet another mail merge program. It's free. You just use a Google spreadsheet. So for small sends of 50 people or less, and I make it personal, like I have a column for personalization, I'll actually do that maybe once every 6 months or so, depending on the thing. So Catherine, do you want to share your screen? Because they're going to, let's get it set up and we're going to send. I have another thing at 1, so I do have to get jumped off pretty soon, but I want to send it. I want to get results.
Yeah, 1 p.m. That's 15 minutes away. Yeah, let's see what's going on.
All right, so they have the emails set up. Oh wow, the font looks good. So there needs to be a call to action button right up there. That's missing a call to action button.
You need a
Right
link.
here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some button or like a orange button, buy now, some crap like that.
Okay.
Or just a link if it's easier for them to put in.
Button under first coupon. They're probably watching this and they'll be like,
Hey, Shapiro's watching. He just commented. Dave, nice.
Dave, get back to work.
Yeah, go buy me a house. Come on. Jeez, what are you doing, Dave?
are you looking at this?
Yeah.
And so, by the way, one thing I always, just to highlight, make all your images linked to the product. A lot of times people don't link the images, and I click on it in Gmail, and it just opens up.
Quick thing, Catherine, has this gone out already, or is this like their
No, it's
No.
preview.
Can they just add a little bit more space, like where it says real sample journal filled out? See right above it, it's really close to that image. Can they just add another like space?
Yeah.
And do that for all the headlines? Just add like double spaces between those headlines.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like if it's going to take a lot of time, don't do it. But like, I would prefer if it's like that. It just tells the story better. It divides it up better.
Hey, one thought, worst case scenario, I'll just leave this on and head out. And you guys just finish it off.
You got till 1, right?
Yeah.
All right. Sweet.
All right, so button there, keep going. All right. So
yeah.
hold on.
I'd say let's just send this out real quick then.
Hold on. Let's not rush to make sure if things are broken and test it. So scroll up to the top. When does it expire? A 24 expires at midnight. Is that Central? Is that Pacific?
Put 12 PST on 11:59. I always get confused.
Yeah. So by the way, so Best Self is a multi-million-dollar business. It's a brand. It's not, and I think there's a balance. And Catherine and I talked about this on our driveway yesterday, where I think it's easy to kind of get stuck in the rut of we always do the same things. And I think that's where companies don't do. It's like something's working, do 10 times more of it. But I definitely think there's also a balance on the other side of that coin, which is experiment with something maybe you haven't tried before, like an email like this, or other things like this.
Okay.
So they're gonna put a button up there. Neville, you want to scroll down? And they already have the short one done.
Or
one thing we did at AppSumo, and one thing I do on my dork stuff. How much money do you think this is gonna make? Do you guys want to take bets? So how much is the journal?
$31.99.
So $32, and then they get 15% off.
Yeah.
So 32, and then so we're emailing 100,000 people. Let's just do some math. 100,000 people. What's your normal open rate?
Like 18%.
Ooh, that could be a lot higher, by the way. We can talk about that next episode. So 18%. Let's say your click-through rate is 4%. So at 100,000 people, 18% are going to open it. So that's 18,000, right? Times,
Right.
let's just say a 0.1 click rate. So a 10% click rate is high. I think it'd probably be lower, but let's say 1,800 people times, holy shit. Now what's your conversion rate? Your conversion rate, let's say that's 30%. Man, I'll give you a 30%. 30% conversion rate. So that's 540 people times $32. So this is basically almost a $20,000 email. I would bet. So would you guys think higher or lower than 20,000?
I'd love if it was 20,000. I would take you out for tacos for sure.
I will take you up on that thing. I would definitely take up on that offer.
You make her $20,000, she buys you a $4 taco. Nice.
I'll buy him
True
3.
business person right
All right,
there.
so Catherine, this is your screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I think, do we have the 2-1 set up?
So
You're going out.
yeah.
This is exciting.
I can't believe I was gonna say.
No, this is your best live yet, by the way.
You say that about everything that you do. So I think this is the best one for preparedness. I think it was it was interesting in the sense of, like, I think the impact here is going to be like a 5-figure 10 G's kind of impact. I think a lot of people are going to get a lot of inspiration for their own emails about how to do it. So are we refreshing do we have the buttons in these emails?
Yeah, they're putting it in.
All right, so other bets. So Schulte said 20 G's. Costa said 15. Longevity said 17. Catherine, what would be a good one? What would make this you be like, wow, that was a cool hour? Luckily I didn't have to pay Neville or Noah for their time.
Well, I actually love the process, so I might like, how do we do this with the team? How would it be? Like 10.
10? Neville, what do you think?
I'd say that's about right. Yeah. So this makes 20K total.
So for everyone in the audience, the one thing, Suyash Thakur, thank you, man. He just said, the value from this live is great. Thanks, Noah. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you, Neville. And then thank the team at bestself.co. I'd love to see the one thing that y'all have learned for yourselves when you're doing your email marketing for e-commerce or any type of business, what you can do. What's one thing that you're maybe going to think about next time as you're doing some of your email marketing?
I'm going to go white for a second. Sorry.
I'll turn off your video.
All right.
All right. So I 9 minutes. I like that I have the timer thing. That makes it good because then I have to leave.
All right. You can turn me back on.
You want me to turn you on, Neville?
Yeah.
Oh, you want me to do that thing that you like?
Yeah.
I think the team just got scared of me saying we could do this as a team, and James was like, God.
Oh, is that the zoomed in one?
Yeah. I changed lenses. Isn't that cool?
Dude, you look better. Try to do this thing here. Move to the right more.
Like that.
More. Oh, you look great there.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Watch this. It'll zoom. Watch.
Dude, that looks like magic. It's kind of like you just did magic.
Yeah. Watch this.
All right, I'm just checking all the buttons.
All right. So a few of the things like Chad Smith said, I am brand new and haven't started any business, but I appreciate behind the scenes and learning the layout. That's awesome, Chad. David is saying that this is going to make $3,333,000. Longevity said that the valuation live, just seeing all this kind of the behind the scenes of doing all this stuff live is really amazing.
Who said?
Isn't that kind of crazy?
My David or someone other David?
It was Shapiro.
He only said 333.
33,000.
Oh, okay. That's more like a David.
All right, so we're gonna hit
come
send.
on.
What we might end up doing is that we'll maybe do a follow-up episode. We have 8 minutes to have to get going, but I think we should be good. So where's the CTA button? So there's one CTA button at the bottom.
Yeah, I'm waiting for them to put the one under the top coupon code.
Can we see the short one while we're waiting?
Yeah, this is it.
So the only thing I don't like here is that can we link the 15% off if you buy right now? Because I think a lot of times I like text links as well as like button links, and you could do things with CSS to see the buttons. But I would like the text 15% off if you buy right now linked. Don't link the period. That's a thing from Zuck that I kind of picked up. Where never link periods because I don't know what the fuck that's where he got it from. So I'm kind of particular about that. So my suggestion is link that on the top, 15% off if you buy right now on both of them.
Okay.
And I think this is good to go.
Yeah. This is fun.
Yeah, I like doing this live, and then because the results are going to happen live.
I think it also gives you like a constraint. Otherwise, this could go on for like days with some teams, like sending out a split test.
Yeah.
Whereas since we just had very little time, we did it in that amount of time.
Okay, the button was there and now it's not there.
Well, everyone hates period linking. Jeez. So much hate against it. I actually don't mind it. I don't think it makes a difference.
What lens are you using?
I hired a guy from YouTube to come set up the whole thing in my office. And this is some fancy f1.8 lens. I don't know what that means, but I have to be further away from the camera for this one. That's why I don't use it all the time. Got it. You have to have a lot of space behind your desk, like 5 feet of space behind your desk. Okay. Otherwise, I use the other one because it's just an overall shot that's more clear.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Sebastian, yes, a 50 millimeter f1.8. I don't know what that means, but
all these people, yeah, it's like the camera stuff. All right.
Like I hired a guy to just tell me what to buy because it was so complicated.
All right. So I think we're about ready to send.
Okay.
Did they link the top link? 15% off if you buy right now. By the way, so James and Aaron behind the scenes, thank you guys so much for helping set all this up and dealing with the craziness. And sometimes there's beauty in the chaos. And Neville, I want to highlight what you said as well, is that I really do think Noah Kagan is a great guy. I really appreciate you saying that. No, I think what you said, what I thought was really powerful is that how can you create limitations in some of your work? So if you're going to do an email, if you're going to do a blog post, if you're going to do a video, if you're going to do an Instagram, maybe say like, how could I do this in the next 2 hours? Or if you're going to start a business like monthly1k.com, a lot of people started checking it out and signing up is like, how do you get 3 customers in 48 hours to give you money? And that's actually seeing if you can get validation to start your business. So I think we should just send it even without that top link. Even if it's not linked, Catherine, I think we should just let it go. If they're all, make sure all the links work. So one thing I want to highlight for everyone out there, what we do in all of our emails for AppSumo, for OkDork, for all of our businesses is we check every single link before we send, because I can't tell you how many times it has not worked. So if you guys, can you click on it? Yep, it's all linked. That one's not linked.
Not linked.
And then there's no button right there. So that is that get it now linked right there?
Yeah.
Send it.
All right, send it.
Send them both.
Universe, send it.
All right, so yeah, something. Send God. All right, can you go into Klaviyo and then show that it's getting sent?
Yeah.
How can we see that it's sent? And so save and schedule campaign. Can you do it or does the team do it? I'm going to turn off, or maybe the team?
Yeah, they're doing it. I don't trust myself.
That's smart. That's smart. Let's see. Did it send? Oh, it went.
Nice.
Oh, no. All right. So internet's down. So in a follow-up, we have 3 minutes to maybe see 1 or 2 results. But if you're on the bestself.co, you're going to get this email. What we can do, Catherine, me, and Neville, is we can do a follow-up and then we'll add it to this as like kind of some of the results of the live thing, and we'll post it in the description as well as in the comments.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I'll share the results. Sorry for.
Well, we have 3 minutes before I got to jump off, so I'm kind of waiting for it to start sending.
Wait, no, can you like give us like keep the call on for longer or some crap like that?
We can. Yeah.
I just really want to see results live. I think we said that, and I think we should do it. Can you maybe?
Yes.
I
will give you ownership. I'll just keep doing it. I just need to turn off my camera. Let me see if I can. Hold on. All right, we're just gonna do it. Neville, you are now the host. Okay, oh cool. God, that makes me scared. Catherine, I don't trust him. You're now the host. Damn it, Neville's the host.
God.
Okay, we'll stay on for like 5 or 10 more minutes or something.
Show the results. Show the results. I'm excited about that. All right, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Keep showing it. Love everyone else out there. Make sure you go check out bestself.co, Neville's stuff on copywritingcourse.com. If you're interested in our stuff, appsumo.com. It's the #1 marketplace for software deals if you're trying to grow a business. OkDork.com for all your marketing juiciness. And then check out monthly1k.com. If you're out there, a lot of people, it's $7, and it's exactly everything we've done to start businesses, and a lot of people seem to be loving it. Catherine, see y'all later.
See you in a bit.
Yeah, all right. So we're staying on the call. So Catherine, how do we share these results? Is there like a screen?
I'm just getting the page from the team.
Can we see how many people, I don't know what you can share, but can we see how many people are clicking on the site or something like that?
Yeah, we can.
That'd be really cool. Let's see. I don't know. I always find it fascinating. Catherine, while you're doing that, I'm going to talk a little bit. But so one of the things I always find fascinating with email, it's probably whenever people talk about copywriting and content writing, I'm always like, do you have an email list? So if it's a company that sells something, if we could just send an email to their customers or the people signed up to them, that is usually the fastest path to revenue versus anything. Oh, cool. Wow, this is really neat. I love seeing inside stuff. Can you explain what's going on here?
So I don't use this a lot, but this is a live feature that Shopify has where you can see people that are currently on your site and then like who's got a cart open, who's checking out. I wish you could see it by product is the only thing. So like they started doing this on Black Friday because it would just be going nuts like all over the world. I'm trying to see if we have a page for the Klaviyo because it takes like a couple minutes to spool, whatever that means.
Yeah, I know that anytime I send out like 100,000 plus emails, it definitely takes like a bit. And they send out like 500 per second or something like that, but it takes a long time if you're sending you a bunch.
Yeah, can you see it now?
Yeah, let's see, like live open rate. So it looks like it's gone out, but
yeah, it's like just going out.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. This is super cool stuff. This is the kind of stuff that people normally don't get to see. You know what, Catherine, one of the reasons that we used you because you were willing to share this information. One thing I noticed with most e-commerce companies is they're very protective about showing any sort of stats because they don't sell their own products. And so they're competing against everyone else. So if they show that, oh, we're doing these kinds of emails, all their competitors just copy them.
Got it.
So for showing this, I think this is really educational for people. They normally don't get to see this kind of stuff.
Well, I'm excited for the new product. So that was a fun thing that I got the best team. So pretty much yesterday we're like, okay, let's pre-launch this thing. And I bought your course, you know this. I actually got your course way back when already, but I didn't know where it was. So I was like, okay, what's this whole forum thing? I bet I can get more stuff from that. And so Erin, I think, is looking at it too. So she's enjoying it. So she's like, oh, it's the guy from the videos.
Yep, same person. Yeah, we just started doing copywriting for people instead of just like teaching them. There's only so much you can learn from just watching someone talk about it. We're just like, why don't we just start doing it with them? So that's the way that we're going. Oh man, I can't wait to see. So someone
is asking if you can buy it on Amazon. This new version is not on Amazon. It is literally coming fresh to our warehouse. It's probably not going to be on Amazon for another month because because of COVID, basically they're not taking in new inventory right now. So.
Oh, interesting. So yeah, Kevin was asking, he said he just got emailed, what can you buy on Amazon? Can't buy it right now. So I guess you have to wait if you're going to use those gift cards, or you can get 15% off and buy it right now.
Yeah. And then Kevin, we could be friends. Like, I don't know why you're going to Jeff.
Yeah. Give Catherine the money directly, bypass Amazon. Hi mom, I'm on TV. Yep. All right. So let's see. So this is actually going out to people. I guess Klaviyo is just taking a second to update the stats. I know I use Infusionsoft, and I know it definitely takes a while to update the stats. What I usually do is I'll view my live analytics just to see how many people have got there. Because whenever I send out a big email, you'll notice the stats go from like 50 people on site to like 100 people all of a sudden. So you can tell that the email went out. So super curious.
Oh yeah. So
whoa! Holy crap! Oh my God, this is awesome. So that said 3 active carts first. Now we're at 16. Holy crap. Dude, this is awesome. I'm recording this. This is amazing. That is crazy. Wasn't it like 30 visitors before?
Yeah.
Jeez. Wow, so I guess the email really did go out. That's unreal. How many carts are there? 107 orders. Oh, someone ordered. There was someone just ordered.
I was refreshing it because it was like the number was going up, but let me start one sec.
People got the email. Just saying, dang, we did it in the comments. That's amazing. Let's see, 2+ people on the site. Isn't it, it's kind of crazy when you think about, like, one of the things I always talk about, like, so people always talk about passive income and automation and all that junk. Mm-hmm. One of the things I always tell them is, like, some people think that automation is like some sort of fancy AI or something. What it really is automation is we wrote a single email together. We put it in an email system and sent it out to 100,000 people. That means 100,000 people are seeing our message that we all wrote. That is automation. Mark Andreessen, the famous venture capitalist, he always said that that automation is just like having a bunch of soldiers do your work for you, like boring work. So Klaviyo right now just sent out 100,000 emails, and it's tracking how many people have opened that. It's tracking how many people have bought. That's what true automation is. So email sending, autoresponders, these are some of the most powerful, like, passive income tools out there. And people kind of overlook the importance of those types of things. Mm-hmm. Or your website is just sitting there. If I go to your website right now, it opens up and stuff you wrote 2 years ago, I'm reading now. That's automation.
When you have your I guess, drip course for your copywriting. How long ago did you write that? Because I'm sure it's still like.
It's constantly evolving. So originally we started, I think 2013, copywriting course became a real company. And then after that, we keep reiterating on videos. And then we made the whole forum area where people could just like actually write their own stuff. And there's constantly new videos. I mean, every 2 weeks, there's probably like 10 to 20 new videos. And we actually go through with people and rewrite stuff and stuff like that. So instead of me just talking at you, it's actually like that.
I'm trying to.
First, so Sebastian's asking if we can track the first buyer came from the long or short email.
Mm.
And whenever you can share your screen again, let us know.
Yeah, I'm trying to get into the.
No worries. Yeah, I'm always hesitant for sharing my screen. I'm like, uh-oh. It's like, don't know what you're sharing sometimes.
I'm just trying to see like why I can't open Shopify.
Maybe you're being bombarded by too many orders.
That would be great. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, where did it go?
Checking. So many visitors overloaded the stats. Nostalgia nerd. Yeah, you're right. Probably. I remember the first time I sent out my first copywritten email. I ran a promotion for my rave company. I used to run a rave company until 2011. And when I first learned about copywriting, I wrote this email with the help of a friend and we sent it out. And it was Friday night, which is like historically the worst time to send out a promotion. Mm-hmm. And I checked on like my iPhone 1 or whatever. It was like the iPhone 1 or the second generation or something like that. And I thought my email system was broke because I got like 100 something notifications of orders. At the time, I only used to make like 10, maybe 15 orders a day. And it was because of that one email. We got like 100 orders in 2 hours and I had to cancel the promotion because we sold out of all the stock. Like I couldn't fulfill any more orders. James, who's working on it said 4 sales so far.
Yeah, we can't, I'm not sure about them, but I cannot, sometimes Shopify goes down and if it went down right now, that would be super annoying.
Well, let's see, best sell journal.
Like the site's up, which is all I care about. It's just like when I go into the back end, it's not showing.
Okay, yeah. So your site's still up, fortunately. That's good. Well, we've already got sales. So I'm glad that we at least fulfilled our promise that we were going to write an email and get sales on the call. Now, here's the thing I've learned with these e-commerce emails. A lot of the action happens right away. Then it kind of like drops and slowly there's like action up until about 48 hours. And then after 48 hours, it kind of expires.
Yeah.
But this is going to expire tonight. So that's going to be really interesting to see the total number of results. We could probably post in the YouTube description after this is done, the final results.
Come on.
Nice, James. 9 sales now. So in that like short little rant I had, y'all made 5 sales. That's awesome.
I guess I could see it. Let me see it on my phone.
Show screen, please.
The app's working.
So she's trying to show the screen, but it's not coming up. Schulte says you haven't got the email yet. Hey, Schulte, yeah. So the way that these email systems work is they do a few tests first and then start slowly sending out emails.
Oh, look at this.
What's that? Show.
292, and then there's.
Whoa. 71 active carts. 31 people are checking out right now, and 14 have purchased. Dude, virtual high five on that one. Nice clap. So Chad Smith, so yeah, keep updating us if you have the thing. So what is the logical flow up to this email funnels? Hey, Chad Smith, I'm not sure I totally understand the question. What is the logical flow? So this is amazing. It went from 4 sales, 9 sales. You've got 30 plus people checking out at the moment. Let's say half of those at least go through. That's incredible. Well, a good first launch.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
You can see on the like the metrics, like at the time, I can just send a picture of like after we send the email. Like how many.
What are you up to now?
So I can't see from the, let me actually see if I can do it on the Klaviyo. Klaviyo might be slower to
Yeah, email systems are way slower. They
Yeah.
don't do real-time stats usually. That's incredible. So take over screen sharing whenever, but I'm going to share the screen right now. Okay.
Yeah.
So here is, I'm going to share my screen. What do y'all think is going to do better? Like I said, my hypothesis is that they're going to be relatively the same. So I personally like these longer form emails, but if you have a really good offer, like this short email over here, a lot of times people will just buy it. So what I've noticed with our own split test, sometimes the shorter the email, the higher the click rate. The problem is you can't keep sending short emails. So if you always send short emails like this, all you're doing is like, hey, buy my stuff. Hey, buy my stuff. Hey, buy my stuff. Hey, buy my stuff. And that's kind of annoying. So instead, if you send good emails like this, it follows my 70% content, 30% sales thing. So with AppSumo, when I was developing the whole voice of all this, I told all the writers, I was like, look, if you send 70% content and 30% sales, people will never get mad at you. So like Noah was saying before, people wanted to read the AppSumo emails, and they would actually ask us, they're like, why do I like reading your emails? I know you're selling me something. And the reason was we did 70% content and up to 30% sales or less. So this could also be like 90% content, 10% sales. In fact, I think that's kind of where this one was. So best self, that email we sent was more like 90% content, 10% sales. So what I mean by that is you give people, this is all just like an awesome story about how they can use the product, showing them, teaching them how they can use it, how they can hit their goals. And then at the end, we're like, oh yeah, by the way, we've got a deal for you. So imagine you go to like CarMax or something to buy a car, and you're looking to buy a brand new Toyota Camry. And as soon as you step in the dealership, the guy's like, hey, you want to buy this car? You want to buy, I saw you looking at the Camry. Let's put you into that Camry. Let's sign the papers right now. You'd be like, whoa. Let's chill out. Tell me about the car more. Whereas if the guy meets you in CarMax and is just like, hey, I know everything about Toyota Camrys. I don't get paid commission. I'm just here to help you. In fact, I've driven 3 different Toyota Camrys over the past 15 years. If you need anything at all, just let me know. You're more comfortable to talk to that guy and say, yeah, tell me more about the Camry. He shows you all the features. And then if at the very end of like an hour or 2-hour tour, he's like, would you be interested in seeing the financing options? You wouldn't be like, hey, get out of here. You'd just be like, okay, I'm interested. So that's why I always say, like, give people a lot of good information and then do some sales. But if you only do short sales like this, I think you end up losing people's trust over time. Mm-hmm. Yeah. How long are the emails y'all usually send?
So they're usually not as long as the one that we sent. It's probably like, well, obviously longer than a shorter email, but not more than like 2 scrolls. Mm-hmm.
Oh, so yours are like the medium. So yeah. Whenever we do tests, we always do long. So first one we wrote, we do a short one. So that's the second one we wrote. And then a medium one's kind of like Goldilocks in between. That's usually what we do whenever we test different emails. Any more updates on sales?
Yeah, I can share them. I can't share my screen when you're sharing yours. So.
Okay, I stopped sharing. You can take over.
So. This is what I'm seeing in Klaviyo right now.
So 7.5% already open, 0.5% already clicked, and these are probably delayed.
Yeah.
Dang. So which one is this specifically? Is this the short or long one?
So let's see. Clicked B, the longer one looks like a higher click rate.
Nice.
4.6.
See, that's why like my hypothesis in the beginning was that they're going to be roughly similar. I don't think they're going to be the same, but like very close.
Yeah, and then this is what the site's showing right now.
Dang, 67 active carts. Carts, 17 purchase. I'm just putting this in the comments for people if they can't see. 40 checking out.
Oh, they can't see it?
No. I'm just in case someone is like listening or something. I'm just putting these in the comments too. Nice. Cool.
Wow,
Well,
people watching right now.
Yeah. So what do you think? Stay on, hop off, and then we'll post the results later?
Yeah, I gotta jump off in a few minutes. I have a 1:30, but I can share the results once like the email.
Yeah.
Like tomorrow.
Yeah. So when the promotion's done after midnight, we can share it. So I think we fulfilled the goal. So thanks, Catherine, for volunteering to do this. That's so awesome of you to just like be so transparent. That's very rare to get an e-commerce owner, especially of your crazy size over there. But we wrote the email. We created the email, the concept, we wrote it, sent it out, and we already got 17 plus sales. And by midnight, hundreds, I hope.
I hope. That'd be great.
Yeah.
And thanks to
awesome.
my amazing team.
So one more virtual high five. Cool. Any parting thoughts? All good?
Just thanks to my team who did all the work in the background.
Awesome. Yeah. Aaron and James, yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. I know y'all were probably really crunched back there. I know how hard making an email is. So that's dang.
And thanks everyone. Thanks everyone for watching.
Yeah. We'll update you with the final total tomorrow. So thanks for watching. Thank you, Noah. Thank you, Catherine. Best Self Co. Go to hauldrop.com for Noah. Copywriting course for me. Check us all out. Buy the Self Journal. Thanks, James. Thanks, Aaron.
All right. Bye.
Bye.